My name is Thomas Lai, and this is my second year at St. Charles Seminary. My journey to ordained ministry actually started when I was young. That seed was sown in me when I was young, because I grew up among a lot of my relatives are priests and nuns. So I grew up in that parish community, very vibrant community. But particularly when I was 8, after the catechism class in my parish, we went out to minister to the poor, because I was born in Burma. And in Burma, we have a lot of poor people there, especially in my parish. So, and that, seeing the nuns and their selfless dedication to the poor and servicing to the people in need, taking the message of mercy and love to them, that was really inspiring to me. So I think the call to the ordained ministry was mostly started as my call to religious life. That life of, evangelical counsels of poverty, chastity, and obedience, totally giving up yourself in the service of others. That really inspired me. And then I got here when I was 16 to Australia, and I studied in UWA. I did this and that, and I lost my faith for a while. But when I journeyed back to the church, and as I was thinking a lot about what does God want from me, in this life, what should I do with this life? There was a gospel passage, and that day was read. It was that I am about Jesus in the synagogue in Nazareth. He was reading about himself, that he was here to proclaim the good news to the poor, to release the captives. And that really strikes me in my heart. Maybe that's what God is calling me to do, right? That's what all Christians should be doing. We should be taking that message of love and peace to the poor, to those who are who have no voice at all, and those who are oppressed. That message of liberation through love. So that seed which was sown in me was sort of more or less rekindled, or it sprouted again. But the real challenge was that at that time I was still very much attracted to the idea of monastic life. So for me, the idea of taking the message of peace and love to the poor was through prayer and study, living the life of solitude in a community. So I talked about that with my parish priest and my spiritual director. And he said, well, if you really want to serve the poor and to take the message of gospel to those in the margins, you should be in the parish. You should be serving people in the diocese, not in the monastery. So they said, well, give it a go. Go to St. Charles and, send an application there. And that's how I ended up sending an application to Father Israel. And that's how I ended up here in St. Charles. My advice to others who are discerning or wanted to join St. Charles Seminary is lower your expectations. Don't have a lot of these fantasies about, the ministry of priesthood should be this way, that way. It's just try to live day by day. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is keep praying with the open heart. That's very important. Sometimes that connects with the idea of expectation I was talking about. Sometimes we come to the Lord, when we pray, we come with these very high expectations from the Lord, that we would be seeing, the call of Moses or Elijah from the thunderstorms and things like that. That sort of a call has never happened. It's a very small, subtle voice, but that voice is always there in our hearts, right? It's like from the moment of our baptism, the moment we were all created as humans, we've been called to live the life of holiness, life of perfection. It's always there. And the ordained ministry or the religious life is just going extra mile, more so to speak, extra mile of living that life of holiness and perfection, which is called to every single human being. So we as ordained ministers and religious persons in the religious life, because we are called to be more like Christ, we're just moving a step ahead, like moving, doing extra, and always connected back to this idea of service and ministry. We're nothing special about us, we're just ordinary people. So don't think that you are someone special. First of all, so lower your expectation from yourself and from others. You're not special. I'm not special. We're just, ordinary people, ordinary creatures of God. But we are trying to answer that extraordinary call as ordinary creatures. And the second thing is, at the end of the day, we can't just keep on discerning forever. Because there's a lot of, I used to be like that as well, because I was discerning a lot. Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I go this way? Follow this vocation? Just jump at the end of the day. Like Peter on the boat. The Lord said, just trust me, just come, and you just have to jump into that the stormy sea. The Lord will take care of you. All you have to do is just trust in the Lord and keep on going. The most memorable experience, or what I enjoy most in here in St. Charles, is the community life. It's this brotherhood of people with different backgrounds, with different ethnicities. It's very multicultural here. Multi-background. We all came here together with this desire, as I was saying, this ordinary people coming together to answer that extraordinary call and to live the life of holiness and perfection, to be more like Christ. And that life of community, where we love each other, support each other, and that's really a highlight of my time here in St. Charles.